Hello everyone, my name is Neha. I am a student of BSc Chemistry Honours 5th semester. Today I will give presentation on the topic polymers. What is polymer? The word polymer is derived from the Greek poly and meros, meaning many and parts respectively. Some scientists prefer to use the word macromolecule or large molecule instead of polymer. Polymers are macromolecules built up by linking together of large number of much smaller molecules. The small molecules that can combine with each other to form polymer molecules are termed monomers, and the reactions by which they combine are termed polymerization. How big is polymer? There may be hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands or more monomer molecules linked together in a polymer molecule. When one speaks of polymers, one is concerned with materials whose molecular weights may reach into the hundreds of thousands or millions. Check out the chain of beads on the right image. Imagine each bead is an ethylene unit. Ethylene, that is CH2 double bond CH2, on polymerization gives polyethylene, that is CH2 CH2 single bond and whole N, that is N units of this basic structural unit. Then, because there are only 200 ethylene units in this chain, its molecular weight is only 5600. Unique features of polymers. Versatile with respect to the feedstock. The monomers or starting materials for polymers can be obtained from the resources like petroleum, forest, or even agriculture, etc. Versatile with respect to properties. Very light in weight, excellent strength properties, unique flexibility, very high specific strength. The formula of specific strength is strength divided by specific gravity. Corrosion resistant, excellent tailorability, ease of processing and fabrication, low overall cost, adaptability. Now we will take a glance towards the history of polymers. The first synthetic polymer, a phenol formaldehyde resin, was invented in the early 1900s by Leo Baekeland. Wallace Carothers invented very important polymers of neoprene, rubber and nylon in 1930s, which shaped the leadership of DuPont in polymer industry. Hermann Staudinger developed theoretical explanations of remarkable properties of polymers by ordinary intermolecular forces between molecules of very high molecular weight. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1953 for this outstanding contribution. World War II led to significant advances in polymer chemistry with the development of synthetic rubber, as natural rubber was not accessible to the Allies. Ziegler and Natta won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1961 for the development of coordination polymerization using coordination. Important terminology. Polymer. Polymer means many parts and designates a large molecule made of smaller repeating units. Thus, the structure of polystyrene can be written as shown in the figure. Polymers generally have molecular weights greater than about 5000, but no firm lower limit need to be defined, since the meaning of the word is nearly always clear from its use. The word macromolecule is a synonym for polymer. Monomer. A monomer is a molecule that combines with other molecules of the same or different type to form a polymer. Acrylonitrile, that is CH2 double bond CHCN, is the monomer for polyacrylonitrile. That is, the diagram represents the structure of this compound, which is the basic unit of acrylic fibers. Now we will talk about oligomers. An oligomer is a low molecular weight polymer. It contains at least two monomer units. Hexatriacone, that is NCH3 CH2 whole 29 CH3, is an oligomer of polythene. The structure is represented below. Now, generally speaking, a species will be called polymeric if articles made from it have significant mechanical strength, and oligomeric if such articles are not strong enough to be practically used. Repeating unit. The repeating unit of a polymer, which is defined below, is a portion of the macromolecule such that the complete polymer, except for the ends, might be produced by linking a sufficiently large number of these units through bonds between specified atoms. The repeating unit may comprise a single identifiable precursor, as in polystyrene, polyacrylonitrile, polyethylene, or polyvinyl chloride. A repeating unit may also be composed of the residues of several smaller molecules, as in polyethylene. A representing unit is in general kept inside a square bracket of a polymer structure. Representations of polymer structure. Polymer structures are normally drawn as follows by showing only one repeating unit. Each present representation below is equivalent to the corresponding structure that has been depicted above. Degree of polymerizations. The term degree of polymerization refers to the number of repeating units in the polymer molecule. The degree of polymerization of polyacrylonitrile is Y. The definition given here is evidently useful only for polymers which have regular identifiable repeating units. The relation between degree of polymerization and molecular weight m of the same macromolecule is given by m is equals to dP into m naught, where m naught is the formula weight of the repeating unit. Now, classification of polymers. We have defined the classification of polymers in a tabular form, in which in one column we have written the basis of classification and in another one we have written the polymer types. So, on the basis of source and origin, polymers are classified into three types: natural, semi-synthetic and synthetic. On the basis of thermal response, polymers are classified into two parts, that is thermoplastic and thermosetting. On the basis of mode of formation, polymers are classified into two types, that is addition or condensation. On the basis of line structure, polymers are of three types, that is linear, branched or cross-linked. On the basis of application and physical properties, polymers are classified into three types, that is rubbers, plastics and fibers. On the basis of tacticity, the polymers are classified into three types, that is isotactic, syndiotactic and atactic. Syndiotactic and atactic. On the basis of crystallinity, the polymers are classified in three types, that is amorphous, crystalline and semi-crystalline. Now we will talk about the origin and source, that is classification of polymers on the basis of origin or source. As we know, as we have discussed earlier, that on the basis of origin and source, the polymers are classified into three types, that is natural, semi-synthetic and synthetic. Natural, that occur in nature, example protein, cellulose, starch, silk, wool, etc. Semi-synthetic are like, for example, cellulose nitrate, cellulose acetate, and synthetic are man-made, example plastics, nylons, Buna S, etc. Natural. The polymers directly obtained from natural origin, like plants, animals, etc., fall in this category. They are biodegradable. Semi-synthetic. The natural polymers which are chemically modified to improve properties for different applications fall in this category. Synthetic. They are completely made by chemical reactions from their respective monomers. This class of polymers is completely man-made and their numbers are huge. Now, on the basis of thermal response, classification of polymers on the basis of thermal response is, there are two types of polymers: thermoplastic polymers and thermosetting polymers. Thermoplastic polymers. These polymers are those which softens on application of heat and hardens on cooling without any change in chemical composition. The process of hard to soft, soft to hard by heating and cooling and vice versa is reversible. Polyethylene, polypropylene, saturated polyesters, polyamides, polycarbonates, polystyrenes, nylons, polyacrylates, polyurethanes, etc. are all thermoplastic polymers. Thermoplastic polymers. Thermoplastic polymers are recyclable. No cross links between chains. Weak attractive forces between chains broken by heating. Chain shape can be remolded. Weak forces reform in new shape when cold. Now we will talk about thermosetting polymers. Thermosets can be defined as those polymers which become irreversibly hard on heating or by addition of special chemicals. This hardening involves a chemical change occurring and hence their thermoset cannot be recycled except as a filler material. The curring process invariably involves a chemical reaction which connects the linear molecules together to form a single macromolecule. These connections are known as crosslinks. During curring, the small molecules are chemically linked together to form complex interconnected network structures. This cross-linking prevents the slippage of individual chains. Therefore, the mechanical properties, tensile strength, compressive strength, and hardness, are not temperature dependent as compared to thermoplastics. Hence, thermosets are generally stronger than the thermoplastics. The different type of thermosets are alkyds, epoxy, phenolic PF, unsaturated polyester, silicons, and vinyl ester. Now on the basis of mode of formation, mode of polymerization, that is addition polymers and condensation polymers. Addition polymers. Addition polymers are produced by reactions in which monomers are added one after another to a rapidly growing chain. The growing polymer in addition polymerization proceeds via a chain mechanism. Like all chain reactions, three fundamental steps are involved: initiation, propagation, and termination. Monomers generally employed in addition polymerization are unsaturated, usually with carbon-carbon double bonds. Examples of addition polymerization are polystyrene, polyethylene, polyacrylonitrile, polymethyl methacrylate, and polyvinyl chloride. Here are some addition polymers represented in a tabular form. Now condensation polymers. Condensation polymers are formed by a series of reactions, often of condensation type, in which any two species, monomers, dimers, trimers, etc., can react at any time, leading to a large molecule. In condensation polymerization, the stepwise reaction occurs between the chemically reactive group or functional groups on the reacting molecules. In the process, a small molecule, usually water or ammonia, is eliminated. A typical condensation polymerization reaction is the formation of a polyester through the reaction of a glycol and a dicarboxylic acid. Examples of condensation polymers include polyamides, example nylon, polyesters, example polyethylene, terephthalate, etc. Here is the tabular form represented about condensation polymers. Now we will talk about the classification of polymers based on structure. That is, in this type of classification, polymers are classified into three types: linear polymers, long chains, example high density polythene, polyvinyl chloride. The second type is branch chain, chain with branches, example low density polythene. The third type is cross-linked or network polymer, strong covalent bond between chains, example bakelite, etc. Now, classification based on line structure, linear structure. The monomers are linked together to form linear chains. The van der Waals interaction takes place between the linear chains. Some common examples are nylon, high density polyethylene, polyvinyl chloride, polyester. Branch structure. The monomers are joined to form long chains with branches of different lengths. For example, low density polyethylene, glycogen, and starch. Cross-linked structure. The monomers are combined together to form cross-linked chains. Chains are connected by covalent bonds. For example, rubber, bakelite. Here are some linear structure of polymers. Now, based on tecticity. Based on tecticity, that is configuration, there are three different types of polymers depending upon the relative geometric arrangement of the functional side groups. Isotectic polymer. All functional groups are on the same side of the polymer chain. Syndiotectic polymers. All the functional groups are arranged in regular on alternate sides of polymeric chain. Atectic polymer. All the functional groups are arranged randomly on both sides of the polymeric chain. Now, tecticity. Isotectic polymers have highest strength and lowest solubility. Atectic polymers have lowest strength and highest solubility, and syndiotectic have intermediate strength and solubility. Now, based on the type of repeating unit. This classification is based on the different types of repeating units present in the molecular chain of the polymers. According to this criteria, the polymers are classified into two different classes: homopolymers and copolymers. Homopolymers. When a polymer is formed from only one type of monomer, that is, in its structure only one type of repeating unit is present, then the polymer is a homopolymer. Polyethylene, polyvinyl chloride, polybutadiene, etc. are examples of such class of polymers. Copolymers. When polymers are formed from more than one type of monomers or more than one type of repeating unit are present in the structure of the polymers, then they are termed as copolymers. This type of polymers are also known as heteropolymers. The examples of copolymers are polystyrene, cobutadiene, etc. Now, depending on the arrangements of the repeating unit in the structure of the copolymers, they can again be classified into four different classes: random copolymers, alternating copolymers, block copolymers, and graft copolymers. Random copolymers. When two or more numbers of repeating units, say A and B, are arranged randomly in the chain of the polymers, they are known as random copolymers. Alternating copolymers. When two or more repeating units, say A and B, are alternatively arranged in the chain of the copolymers, then they are termed as the alternating copolymers. The preparation of such copolymer is very difficult. Block copolymer. When the repeating units, say A and B, are arranged as block in the polymer chain, the copolymers are termed as block copolymers. Graft copolymers. This type of copolymers essentially consist of two or more homopolymers in such a fashion that one homopolymer is consistently attached, that is grafted as a long chain branch to the backbone of the other homopolymer. Here are different copolymer structures. Now here are copolymer structure. First is alternating copolymer. As we can see that two different units, that is A and B, are attached alternatively. This is the monomer unit alternate. Second one is random copolymer. Here the units are arranged randomly. Monomer units are arranged randomly. In the third type, that is block copolymer, the blocks of homopolymer units are observed. And in the fourth type, that is graft copolymer, homopolymer chains are joined. Next, classification based on physical properties. Classification based on physical properties. On the basis of their physical properties, polymers can be classified into three classes: rubber or elastomer. This class of polymers can easily undergo very high and reversible elongation under relatively low applied stress. That is, they have long range of elasticity. This is the reason they are also known as elastomers. Characteristics of elastomers are as follows. They are high molecular weight amorphous polymers with low Tg, below room temperature, high chain flexibility and low secondary forces among the chain molecules. The mechanical strength of rubbers is also low because of low intermolecular force of attraction. The dimensional stability can be obtained through vulcanization or through blending with other polymers like thermoplastic elastomer for their end applications. Natural rubber polybutadiene, polychloroprene butadiene copolymer, SBR, etc. are few examples of such class of polymers. Now, based on physical properties, the second type is plastic. These polymers possess much higher intramolecular force of attraction than rubbers, but extensibility is lower than elastomers. The strength properties of plastics are higher, but elongation at break is lower than rubbers. They have sufficient dimensional stability and hence there is no need to cross-link them for their end uses. They possess certain degree of crystallinity and Tg is above room temperature. Their processing is comparatively easier than elastomer as they become softer on heating without decomposition and transform to dimensionally stable hard materials as on cooling. They can be easily recycled and reused. Examples are PE, PP, PS, PVC, etc. Now, the third type is fibers. These polymers have the highest strength and crystallinity but the lowest elongation among these classes of polymers. These polar polymers have very high intermolecular attraction forces among the chain molecules through polar induced polar, hydrogen bonding, etc. along with the van der Waals forces. The Tg in is much higher than the room temperature. They must be drawn into filaments, fibers by solution or by melt spinning technique. Thus, fiber forming polymers are highly symmetric, linear and high molecular weight polymers. Nylon 6, Nylon 6,6, Kevlar, PET, etc. are few examples of fiber polymers. Now, stress strain curves for plastic fiber and elastomer are shown below. Based on type of linkages, the main chemical linkage formed during the polymerization process of polymer is the basis of this classification. As the linkages formed are very high in a polymer, so the ultimate properties of the polymer are largely influenced by the nature of the linkages. Based on this criteria, the polymers are classified into different classes which are tabulated below. Name of class: polyhydrocarbon. Example: polyethylene, polypropylene, polyacetylene, etc. Polyether. In this, the main linkage is O. Examples of this type is polyethylene glycol and polyoxymethylene, etc. Now, polyether ketone. Example: PEEK. Polyester. Examples: PET, alkyd resin, etc. Polyacrylate. Example: PMMA. And polycarbonate. Example: bisulfonyl A. Polycarbonate. Now, class of polymers based on linkages. Other types are polyamide. In this, main linkage is amide linkage. Example: nylon 6, nylon 6,6, Kevlar, etc. Polyurethane. In this, main linkage is urethane linkage. Example: polyurethane. Polyimide, polysulfone, polysiloxane, polyamine. The examples of polysiloxane is silicon rubber, and one class is polyphosphorus.